Yeah, we're going to kind of test it in a semi-setup process. And so we're going to install the two LM335 units. Electrically, let's see, can we get a picture of it there? Yeah, there it is. There's a drawing of it. So this is the unit here. There's a voltage out. And you have the ground. You have a supply resistor. In this case, it's different than what that is, but the 5 volts above a 1K resistor. We've exceeded that setup. And here we have a drawing of the deal. And looking at the bottom view up, you have the adjust, a plus, and a minus. So, see how well we can, yeah, you can see those there. I've got the two that we can use for this unit. And I've already, this is the adjust, so it's up out of the way because we're not using it. If that's the case, the center one is plus. So to install this in a unit, these are the plus on this side here. So all we've got to really do is put this into it. So first we'll need to back the screws off because they come kind of tight down on it. And then it goes over there. Back them out a little ways. But then these fittings are, you have to open that up a little bit. So if you get it, so can you see that? Well, anyway, right in there, you just to push it back in to open up the hole in it because it's got a piece that comes down and back over the screw. And it's done to make sure that the screw clamps your little wires. So the center one's plus, so it goes to this side, so that's the correct location for this one. And I didn't get it opened up enough. I use a smaller screwdriver to get a good grip on those holes. Now, I should get a little bit of a, yeah, that opened them up. And pick up the screwdriver I dropped. You see we've got a light on that was just turned on the fan to look at it. Now we're going to put the little fan we've got here to test it with. This will run pretty much larger fan than this if you want, but for a heated soil garden, this is the size of fan I'm using in mine. That's about 3 foot by 12 foot long. And it works, it sucks enough air to really heat it up. So the one in my garage is about a 4-inch diameter unit, which does a pretty good job in a double car garage. You'll probably see better this time. We get it down there where you can see it. Unplug it to make it easier to handle it while I'm putting this together. For some strange reason, they use the red wire and the red black wire. The red black wire needs to hook to plus and the red to the minus side of this thing. It just baffles me why they'd do that, but anyway, that's what they did. So now we'll you can see why I put these to the inside, because there's not enough room up here to put it on that side of it. Fits that side of the board much better. Oh. Oh, that's in that one. And we get the other one in there. Well, the fan's on, running away. This is the suction side, this is the outlet side. You can feel the air pretty good. See, it blows it pretty good. So, that much seems to work like it should. Now we need to hook up the other unit, that side. In this case, I got a special one I got built that I can hook to short wires put in the unit. See, I've taken the one and put it in there, and this is pretty much makes them watertight when you do them this way. So we'll make a little illustration of how to do that part too. Well, let's see. Here's a neat little wire. But we'll have to get the screws loose first. this little unit back. Put a wire in it. And got the wire embedded up over here. Get a wire on the other one. Here we are. I got this one. I used the white for the ground on this side, this one here. And that clamps into this one I got here. And the plus goes to this other side here with a little pre-wired unit. For the one at home, you can just put this one in here, over here the same way. But you got to remember the center one's a plus. So, well, so we put a little heat on this one here. Oh, I should turn it off. There it is. Warm that up and it turned off. So that is hotter than this one. And this would be for the heater section. Now to adjust it, so this is the adjustment for the high temperature. So with the fan back running again, to set it, you have to have the fan running. So with the fan running, and you run this back to counterclockwise to set the high top temperature. That's from this unit here. So I got the other one disconnected. So running the screw clockwise, see it turned off. Counterclockwise turns it on. There you are. So if you set it at this temperature, it's got to be set a little bit above room temperature to make it work at that temperature. Clockwise is to lower the temperature. There it is. back on again, see? So that has to be on this now when we hook up the other one. Now that is strictly so if we heat that one up, it should go off here in a bit. We'll just do it this way. This is the quickest. See, it don't take very much difference here. So now, when this gets warmer than this one, it'll come on. So to show that, let's see. If you could see it there. It did come on, finally. But if you cool that in ice there, that would go right off. That didn't bring any ice in there to prove it. But it's working real good. So we've tested and have a really operational unit. And we have here schedule frame for it. It says the yellow light is on when the power is applied here. The green LED is on when power is applied to here. The red LED is on when the maximum temperature setting is reached, turning off the power out. That's this one. And for the DC-in, use a 12-volt power supply rated for the maximum power needed by the system. In this system here, little 2 amp unit is plenty, all the way up to a fan that's about that big, or 4 inches, big square inch fan that produces quite a bit, but it doesn't draw much more than this than an amp. On a pump, this circuit will handle about 9 amps. But if you wanted to have more, then you'd connect this lead here to a relay, a 12-volt relay, that's rated to handle whatever voltage or amp output the unit you want to drive. And so you can drive pretty large units with this thing if you wanted to with a relay. Or a 9 amp unit is considerably more than using the solar heat for my garage there. A little a 10 watt unit will run the fan and the unit, and you don't need it to be running unless you have sunlight anyway, because that's the only time you use this is while the sun's shining on your heater, heating it up. Isn't that neat? One thing that we didn't cover is when you put the lid back on it, you see your adjustment screw for the top temperature, you can't see it. But we can drill a little 1/4 inch or 3 5/16 hole here. The person can pull that out, plug, and put that same plug we use here on here. So you can pull that off, and you only have to take the top off to put your little screwdriver in it to adjust the unit to get a higher temperature or a lower temperature in the area you're heating. This doesn't have good mounting screws on it, but we're going to use double sided sticking tape and put that on one side, and the other side you just peel it off and stick it on the wall where you want it when you got it mounted.